what you can do, what I was doing here with this one was I aligned this piece of wood with the coordinate, the direction of the robot. So it's much easier to align your workpiece to the robot. So I've kind of put it in. It's not the best position because if you try and cut something here, then it's going to kind of get in on itself and it tries. So ideally, there would be something somewhere else, and either you could move the robot to a point and then save the file, save a point, and then take that point to your 3D program, and then create the part from there. And then as long as you know that single point, ideally you take maybe 4 points, so you've got a plane in space, and you can align that. But in the long run, the whole workspace will kind of be calibrated, and there'll be I'll have a desk that would be calibrated and just put stuff on it, and you lock it down, or you make a jig or something to hold your workpiece, and then you'd have to model that jig in 3D so that you don't cut it.
Don't cut the jig.
Right? Yeah, things like that. Okay. So I'll just keep talking about the different types of movement that it does. So where are we now? Okay, so that was moving in X, Y, Z space, but I can also change the coordinate mode by clicking coordinate, and a little icon up there changes to the tool mode. Now these X, Y, Z buttons will work in relationship to the orientation of the tool. So that's going in and out on this axis there, and then down and up based upon where this is.
And so just three coordinates as far as the tool's concerned.
Yeah, just Cartesian coordinates are called. And also because I've defined the tool point here, it's going to rotate about that point.
Wow.
And you can push two buttons at the same time. And
you should see when I had to sort it. That was quite
right.
Do you have to work with quaternions at all?
Sorry?
Do you have to work with quaternions? No.
I don't.
Oh yeah, sure. Well, it does in there somewhere.
Yeah. So I can just make another point here, and because what it's doing is it's recording the joint position, it doesn't really care what coordinate space you're in, but it will convert it out to X, Y, Z in the file when you save it as well. So let's go. Okay, let me just go there. And save one there. So I've got here linear movements. So it's moving in a line between these points. And I'll show you joint movement. You just click the motion type button, and the little thing down here will change from move L to move J. So now it's a joint movement. And I'll add one there and one here.
What was that?
That was me letting go of the dead man switch, and it whacked the brakes on while it was still moving, which is bad if it's moving at speed.
Yeah. And where is the dead man switch?
Just here. So it's basically, you have to push it halfway. If you push it too hard, it thinks you're being crushed to death. And it turns off.
You've fallen over and you're being
Oh, wow.
So let me see how does that look. So those are joint movements. It's a little, or you can't see it with that little a distance. But basically, instead of going in a straight line from point A to B, it's a slight curve,
Right,
which is bad if you've got a tool and a bit of wood or something, and it'll break it. And then you've also got a user frame. So if you've got like a sheet of plywood on an angle or something, you can define the point on that, and then it will work in relation to that
Plane.
world space.
That's quite
right. And you can set up to 6 people or whatever. And then you can. Oh, I guess I'll talk about these 3 different modes here. You've got the teach mode, the play mode, and the remote mode. So with the teach mode, it'll let you do all the programming, but it will slow it down. So if I'll just go back to, actually what you can do is you can hold down interlock and test start, and it will, I've got to go to the beginning, it should play. Oh no, I've got it. It'll play it like it would if you just played it back as a job. But what I've got here is I've got the speed so slow, I've got it set to move at 0.5 millimetre a second. So that's why when I play it, it doesn't look like much has happened, but it's actually moving. So I'll just put it back at its first position. And now what it will let you do is it will let you change all the speeds if you want. So I can select more than one point by holding down shift and select, and then I'll select all of these, and then go edit, change speed to, let's make it 50% speed, and then execute. And now all of those are moving at 50% speed.
Is this just for your teaching mode, or is it?
Just in teaching mode, you can't change anything in any other mode.
This is just so that you can run through a sequence fast and then start working on the development, or is it
sorry?
why would you do what you just did?
Rather than have to change each point and adjust the speed for that.
Right, okay.
Because if I was going to play it and show you, it would take
It's
a week.
Yeah.
So you can actually get it, I think, to show. Or maybe not this one. You can get it to sometimes show exactly how long your job will be. It'll tell you in seconds.
Rongomai, where are you at with this? Like, what is? Can you describe the most sort of complicated sequence of events that you've managed to get it to do by going go and then watching it complete?
So the most complicated one would probably just be what I did a little bit earlier, where you get it to move around and do some cuts, and then it would get it to wait in a certain position, and then kind of retract out.
So you've managed to get it to do that,
Yeah,
just by programming in this
just
the
with the
path.
controller, because it's a really simple kind of path.
Model, yeah, the model is easy.
Yeah. It's not doing any.
But you
curves or-
drove that, or you programmed in the points and you hit play and then it just did it and then
Yeah.
it finished.
Yeah. So the trick with that is that I had to have the saw going and I had to do the cuts. But the issue with trying to program anything on this is that if I wanted to come in, so with this one I've done a cut from one side and then gone and did a cut from the other side, but they don't quite line up because it was because this hasn't been 100% calibrated. So when I rotate it, the tip of the little chainsaw isn't in the same spot. It's kind of, instead of spinning on a spot, it's turning in a circle. So it ends up offset, and then I have to unoffset it, but it's not quite right.